What's up? Giving you a new deck profile. This is a Norleras Chaos deck. If you don't know who Norleras, it's this guy, Sky Scourge Norleras. So I'll read his effect. He's a Dark Fiend. Cannot be normal summoned to site. Only special summon by banishing one Light Fairy and 3 Dark Fiends from your graveyard. His effect is very similar to Chaos Emperor Dragon. You can pay 1,000 life points to send all cards on the field and in both players' hands to the graveyard. Then you draw one card. Alright, so the deck is basically like a turbo deck trying to bring him out. When I've been testing, I've been able to get him out on like turn 2 pretty consistently. Yeah, let's just get into it. 3 Tour Guide. Tour Guide is a Dark Fiend. Funny how that works. So triple Tour Guide can grab Sangan. Sangan can grab anything else that I need. 3 Phantom of Chaos. This card lets me just banish Sky Scourge from the graveyard and then I get his effect. That's great. He's also a Dark Fiend. What do you know? 1 Caius for pesky little problems, just one. 2 Battle Fader, he's a Dark Fiend and he's really good for stalling because the deck is a high monster count deck. 2 Tragodia, Dark Fiend, really good for stall. Gores, Dark Fiend, really great. So that's the Fiend lineup. Overall, that's 10, 13, 14, 15, 16 Dark Fiend monsters. Onto the fairies, triple Nova Summoner and triple Dimensional Alchemist. Alchemist is really good because when it gets destroyed, you get to add one of your banished cards back to your hand. So that would be like a Battle Fader that uses its effect, or any of your monsters that you banished with Sky Scourge or your Chaos monsters. So that it's a really great engine. Also, since I run Call of the Haunted, I can just bring it back with Call of the Haunted and, get a plus off of it. That's awesome. Marshmallow, he can be grabbed with Nova Summoner when I'm in a tough situation. So that's really great. So those are light fairies. It's 7, so 16 and 7. It works out really well because these guys grab each other. So even though it's a smaller engine, they just pull each other out of the deck. 2 Chaos Saucer and a BLS. I built the deck to have really good top decks. That's what I wanted. I wanted a deck that could consistently empty the field and then be able to out top deck my opponent. So that's kind of what it does. Same thing, 2 Card Trooper. Card Trooper gives speed to the deck and consistency, and the fact that it's a floater, just like Nova Summoner, just like Dimensional Alchemist. So that's great. Cards that replace themselves is really good. Let me get my stuff going. 1 Foolish Burial. I opted to run this over triple Needlebug Nest just because I felt like having, if I had a Phantom of Chaos in hand, I'd rather have a Foolish Burial to just dump a Sky Scourge and go off right then and there instead of having to draw into a Needlebug Nest. So that adds consistency. Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, MST, Reborn, 1 Pot of Duality. Maybe I'll take that out. I don't know. 2 Needlebug Nest. Send the top 5 cards from your deck to the graveyard. It's okay. I figured this was a better way to run than Lightsworns. A lot of people would say, oh, why don't you just run Lila and Raikou and stuff to control the field and mill. I didn't like it that much. Also, this deck, the normal summon is really, really important. You're going to want to be summoning Alchemists or Tour Guides or something like, or Card Trooper, so you don't really want to be using your summon on the Lightsworns. That's just my opinion, but I think I'm right. That's why it's my opinion. 1 Solemn Judgment. The cost is pretty hefty, especially because you're going to be paying 1,000 life points, and the biggest problem running into this deck is having is running out of life points and then just losing from 1 direct attack after I get Sky Scourge Norleras' effect off. But that's why we have, the Battle Faders and the Trags and the Gores as well. So that's why I'm just running the Judgment and not a Warning, and I'm running Bottomless instead to protect my life points. And then 2 Call of the Haunteds. Because as I said before, after Sky Scourge goes off, this is like a really great toolbox option where I could bring back a Card Trooper, I could bring back an Alchemist, I could bring back one of these guys if I summoned them properly. I just have access to a bunch of different stuff, and it also helps me get my options earlier on by, being able to chain it on an MST or a Heavy Storm and get my effect off, which is awesome. I was considering running an agent engine for a little while, but I figured it wasn't as consistent because it would have had to have been like a 4-card engine, and Hyperion, I would have been running 1 Hyperion, 2 Mercury, and Earth. I didn't like it, so that's why I'm not doing it. Extra deck, Leviair, Leviathan, Zenmaines, Acid Golem. This card isn't out yet, but I really like it. Maestroke. Maestroke is such a good card because basically the way it works is you go Tour Guide into Sangan, Xyz for Maestroke. That's 3 Dark Fiends right there. So, you're basically set. Like, there you go. It's not hard because once you draw a Nova Summoner or a Dimensional Alchemist, which happens very frequently, your graveyard is completely set up for whatever plays you need to do. If you needed, like, let's say you didn't have any of the Sky Scourge stuff and you just wanted to Chaos, you could go for Utopia instead because he's light. So that's pretty cool. He's also a Dark Fiend Steelstorm Roach, but I find Maestroke to be a little bit better just because it kind of helps stall out and stuff and get over big stuff. Photon Strike, whatever. This card's really good. This card is incredibly good. If you're able to summon it, you're basically like just gonna win all the time with him. He lets you these like super pluses because you detach an Xyz material, then return a card to the hand, a monster to the hand. That's great. Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. He's level 8, he's level 8, he's level 10. Why he can copy level 8. So, you can get him pretty easily actually. There was this one crazy turn where like I had like double Sky Scourge in hand or something. So I discarded a Sky Scourge, like took my opponent's monster, copied the level. Like I stole their Stardust and their Thought Ruler Archfiend. It was a really cool move. So yeah, that's the deck. It's fun, but okay, for some reason people don't like it. And so if you understand why like people don't like this deck, just comment down below. I think it's cool. And I've been having pretty good success with it. So yep, that's the deck. Comment, subscribe, whatever you want. See ya.